Hey folks, this is Azlyn Bloor from linsfood.com. Let's make Brittany's buttery pastry cake called Kouign Amann. So these are the things that you're going to need. Some flour, butter, sugar, yeast, water and milk. The full recipe is on linsfood.com. Just click on that link you see above. You're also going to need some tools to get this recipe going. A greased bowl, baking paper, dough scraper, rolling pin, pastry brush and a cake pan. First thing we're going to do is dissolve that yeast in half a cup of water. Add that yeast to our flour and proceed to make a rough dough with our fingers. Now I'm using fresh yeast here. If using dry yeast, leave it in a warm place for 10 to 15 minutes until it's foamy and bubbly. Now tip your rough dough onto your work surface and proceed to knead the dough for a good 5 minutes until it's all stretchy and smooth. Use a dough scraper to scrape your sticky bits off your work surface. Now add extra flour as you need it, but not too much, because we don't want the dough to be too dry. When it's beautifully smooth, place it in your lightly greased bowl, cover with a cling film or tea towel and leave to proof in a warm place for about 1.5 hours. In the meantime, get your cold butter, wrap it up in baking paper using a rolling pin, flatten it. Now if you've never done this before, it's actually much easier than you think. Roll it out to a rectangular shape, roughly about 8 inches or 9 inches by 6 inches. There you go. Cover it back and place it in the fridge until you need it. When that dough's doubled in size after an hour and a half, tip it onto a lightly floured surface. Now proceed to roll it out into a rectangular shape measuring about 11 inches by 8 inches. Basically slightly bigger, about 2 inches all around bigger than the butter you rolled out. Get your butter out of the fridge. Just take a look, see if it fits. If it fits, let's go ahead with the recipe. Place your butter onto your pastry. Sprinkle most of the sugar all over the butter itself, leaving about 2 to 3 tablespoons aside. Now fold the edges of the dough, overlapping the dough as you meet in the middle. You will have to stretch the dough to make it overlap. That's perfectly fine. It's easy to stretch. Now at this point, we are going to fold and roll the dough out 3 times. So we roll it out first. After sandwiching the butter, we roll it out into a rectangle shape and then we fold it like a letter. 1/3 down, 1/3 up and over, and then the other side. If it's not long enough, just step it to make it longer and fold again like a letter. So do this 3 more times. After the final roll and fold, we're going to roll out the dough to fit the cake pan. So the cake pan we're using is round, so roll it out to a round shape as much as you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can just fit the dough into your greased and lined cake pan. Then we're going to lightly score the top of our pastry. Brush the pastry top with the milk. Sprinkle the remaining sugar all over. Place bits of butter all over the top. Leave this to rest for 20 minutes. And in the meantime, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit. And then we're going to bake it in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes until it's a beautiful crispy brown. Sprinkle it with sugar, as you can see here. Take a look at that, beautifully crispy on the top, on the sides, and a combination of crispy and soft in the middle. You'll find the full recipe on linsfood.com as well as further explanation on the recipe itself. Catch you guys later.